Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And this is also the second time I've had to start doing this because the little dust mop is super, super active. So I picked him up and brought him out to let him run around. And of course, while he was running around on my lap the first time that I started recording, he climbed up onto my keyboard and hit the space bar, which stopped the recording. So he's a silly little goose. He's very, very active in the morning because I'm active. And so here he is. He's a goose, a very, very silly goose. But I love him very, very much. He's very active. I do not know how young he is. I think he's older than I thought because his fur is getting kind of grayish and I can feel his spine. But he is a cutie, an absolute cutie. I'm going to put him back so he doesn't go leaping and doing something silly. He is a goose. He's super active. Gojira was up this morning. Unfortunately, by this time, she's tucked herself away and she's sleeping. So, thumbs up on that. I'd bring her out. In fact, I will when, she becomes active. But it's hard to say when she's going to become active. She's older. She spends more of her time sleeping now. So, she is a very, very good hamster, though. And I love her very, very much. Little Saber, still suffering along with her pyometra. If I could afford it, I'd take her to the vets and probably have her put to sleep because she's suffering. But she's still with us. Little Dr. Snurf, good lord, that was painful. He's still okay. I'm still dipping my fingers into the coconut oil and smearing it all along his back. And it seems to be working really, really well. I mean, sure, he looks, immediately after the dosing, it looks kind of sad because the fur around that area lies all flat. And so he looks kind of drowned radish in those areas until some time passes and his fur fluffs out again. Which it does, because he grooms himself. But he can't reach and get that spot, and so the oil stays on it and keeps it lubricated. Yay! A very good thing. Definitely a good thing. Past that, though, it's just another day. So, for the Shelton, Washington Weather Plague Rat and Spider Report, for the weather, I can't really tell. I think it's kind of grayish outside. There are no sharp lights for the lights outside. Now, that really did not sound like English. There are no sharp edges to the light outside on the leaves, which there normally would be if there was sun reflecting off windows or just as it comes up. It's more diffuse out there, so it's likely a cloud cover. It's going to be a scorcher, of course. I've had my box fan in the window running all night, and it's still warm in here. Now, part of that is I have to shut the door, and that makes it warmer. And I have to turn off the box fan in the window. Now, what I do have is, just a story on this one. Russian Timing sent me some equipment to do some grows. I've tried germinating seeds twice now, and both times, unfortunately, things did not turn out so well. They didn't germinate. So for the time being, I'm going to wait a tiny bit until I can get things a little bit less chaotic and then try a third time. Third time's the charm. But one of the things he sent was this. And I've showed it off before, but I wanted to point off that because it's USB and I don't want to kill the batteries, I just got it plugged in and I can at least have a little bit of air on me. And if I blew it onto my microphone, I wouldn't be surprised if I had. My apologies, because this is what it sounds like. Hopefully you heard something. Let me put this back over here. Now, of course, the way the cords run, they dangle over the top of little dust mop's area, and so he gets up on top of his house and then he goes, what the heck is that? Because while hamsters are nearly blind, they can see about 6 inches in front of them, light and shadow, shapes. And so he gets up there, he can see me moving around as a large shape. But when that cord is up there, he can get up on top of his house to go look at me and then go, oh, what's that? What's that? And he can't reach it, but still it's, what's that? So I try to keep it from doing that, because otherwise it's just going to drive him crazy, and he doesn't need to lose his mind. Hamsters have very tiny minds, so they need to be as non-damaged as possible. Hopefully this is working properly. There, very good thing. Am I still sheltered? Centered? As for the plague rat report, oh good God, yeah, people still running around with no masks in stores. People running around with it pulled down so that their nose is exposed. And of course, my housemates keep having family over. Problem with that is they go out into the world, and they went camping, but it was packed. So a bunch of people came in over the past couple days, and I have not had any choice because I've been out in the living room when they came in. So I don't know. I've got a feeling that if anyone's exposed, it's probably gonna get me. I can only hope not. I am trying desperately, but stuff like that keeps happening. Thumbs up. And of course, on the spider report, I'm sure that there are spiders here and there. I've seen them in various corners, never for long, but I don't have any one spider that's stuck around long enough for me to develop a parasocial relationship with it. So, yeah, there you go. Now, I did go walkies, and in Shelton, they have been on a tear abandoned buildings down kick for a while. These past couple years. I mean, for like a decade or so before that, they were fine, and then all of a sudden they've been tearing down a whole bunch of abandoned stuff. One of the buildings was a car dealership type thing downtown, and the odd thing about that is for years it has just been used as flea markets and stuff like that, and people have used the office and they park underneath the awning, and it has been a hub, flea marketing all the way up. And then like a month and a half ago, all of a sudden it was fenced off, and then it was half gone, and now there's just an empty lot. So what's the deal? I don't know. And there was a big abandoned building between this one Chinese restaurant and our local Domino's. Abandoned for who knows how long. Gigantic pieces of machinery in there. Tore those down. It's gone. I mean, it's good that they're getting rid of abandoned stuff, because abandoned stuff is like dangerous, especially the state of these things. I mean, these were not just abandoned. These were abandoned and left to rot for decades. So it wasn't even safe to go inside in the slightest. Joy. So it's good that that sort of thing is coming down. It's just, there's no real new stuff going up. There's just stuff coming down. And there's a lot of stuff coming down in Shelton. And Shelton we're pretty special from everything that I've heard. There's like one of the people that's in charge of doing like tax stuff and all that, city charge-wide planning. That's just a string of words that meant nothing. My sincere apologies. But he's financial, but because of crimes that he committed while he was in office, he's in jail right now, where he's running and doing his job from jail. So, Shelton, love it. We have extremely regressive tax laws in Shelton, and that's wonderful. But yeah, things are just shutting down all over. I mean, before the whole Covfefe bug thing, things were slowly shuttering. Since the Covfefe bug, of course, things are shuttering faster than ever. And I understand why it's rough. It's hard. I mean, it is hard. Make no mistake, I understand that this is hard. I would hate to have a business right now during all this, especially if you were a restaurant or some sort of thing that depends on volume. Oy vey. But As horrible as it is to lose a job, as horrible as it is to lose a business, as horrible as it is to lose something you have poured so much time and effort into, I personally would rather shut down and start up something else rather than open up knowing that through my actions I've gotten people killed. So, it's hard. Good God, it's hard. And here in the United States, of course, it's special because the rest of the world, most places, developed countries, they're shutting down and they're giving out, the survive money. And over here, it's get back to work and die or die. Thumbs up. Yeah, the United States is a very dystopian nightmare right now, especially with unmarked federal agents in unmarked cars just showing up and grabbing people, taking them off to places, and then having them sign things before they'll be released. The bad part is, in the United States, of course, and I'm probably in most developed and nations around the world, you are allowed to fight back if you are being kidnapped. If you are being kidnapped, you are allowed, you are expected to fight back, defend yourself. But if you're being arrested, that's resisting arrest. Now, what do you do if you're being kidnapped by somebody who is a federal officer but does not identify themselves? You're being kidnapped by somebody who is not marked, just trying to stuff you into the back of a car. You're allowed to protect yourself. They're unmarked. You're resisting arrest. You don't know it. Welcome to the United States. This is what's happening in Portland. This is how they're starting to deploy things around in other Democrat cities around the United States. So this is going to keep going. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The problem is not the orange Cheeto in charge right now. He's just the figurehead. Yes, he's doing all sorts of terrible things, but the people that are propping him up, the people that are dangling him out in the public eye as a lightning rod to keep their attention focused on him and not the people behind the scenes, the GOP Senate, as they destroy everything with Moscow Mitch McConnell and more. A guy who's done more in the past 30 years to damage democracy in the United States. The guy who's trying to probably has, or is still working on it, trying to ram laws through that if you go to work because you need to work because the government says get to work because otherwise die, and you go to work and you catch the bug at work, his legislation, you can't sue them. That's just a work-related risk. So yay. But I don't want to talk about politics anymore. I hate the fact that I have to bring it up at all, but I've got to talk about the things that affect me, and right now in the United States, this is affecting me. Yes, right here in Shelton, Washington. All the stuff that's happening is not really affecting me physically. The cops aren't like beating and doing horrid things in town right now. There's no protests, there's nothing. It's just a tiny little town. But everything that's happening in this country that I live in, just because it doesn't affect me now, doesn't mean it's not going to. There are almost 100 cases of the Covfefe bug. So yeah, in my county. And that's 3 times as many as there was like a little over a month ago. So yeah, I'm really worried about that. I'm watching my country fall into pieces around me. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I don't want to be depressing, especially considering that I'm depressed as it is, but I gotta talk about the things that affect me. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and more, I'm lucky sometimes I can remember even my own name. Getting better all the time, even now, and it's a good feeling. But I just know I'm approaching that functional limit pretty quickly. Dark World, greatly appreciated, sort of. J-Man, J-M-A-N-X-I-I-I-A-A-R-O-N. So it's, I don't know how to pronounce the first part, but then Aaron at the end. Thank you very, very much. Shriakov, greatly appreciated. Millie Bobby Brown, thumbs up and thank you. We have Chase Ruddick, thank you, greatly appreciate. Punk Brown, thumbs up. ASAP Frostbite, good to see you. Kathy Kisscat, definitely good to see you in the comments. And then we have Amanda Ham, thumbs up and thank you. Spoot, thumbs up. And Frogwater, greatly appreciated. Becky, thumbs up and thank you. Russian Timing, always good to see you in the comments. And then we have Henry Giovanetto. Good to see you in the comments as well. We have Fresco, thumbs up. Made in Canada, thumbs up. MX5, thumbs up and thank you. We have Miles, greatly appreciated. And Lee Simone, thumbs up. And then we have Ollie B, greatly appreciated. Christopher Thomas, thumbs up. Comic Gray, with an exclamation point, thank you very much. Jenna, thumbs up. Cullen Reisenauer, good to see you in the comments. And Ice Damon, good to see you as well. Thumbs up. You get me out of my head into the world, dealing with real people, and it is appreciated. Thumbs up, and thank you so very, very much. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'm sorry if that noise from the fan is annoying. I just started thinking about that. My sincere apologies. Now, or because I distracted myself, I got off track. If you'd like to help me out, but you don't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. If you could check that out, that would be very cool. And if you wanted to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like cat food, hamster food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. That would be very cool if you could check it out. Definitely a thumbs up. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Another definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. That would be pretty cool. Definitely an awesome thing. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you were down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I have got this video you've been watching. I got a video I need to record, edit, and render, so son of a gun, it's going to be a busy day. I'm going to be turning on the big fan, getting the door open and all that to make sure there's airflow so I don't die today. I kept falling asleep yesterday because of the heat, so joy. It's amazing. Heat makes me sleep when I'm sitting. When I'm lying down and trying to sleep, heat keeps me awake. Joy. Anyway, though, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And practice your social distancing. Wear a mask. Justice for all the cops keep killing and maiming. It's not good. Do your best. Be safe. And I'll see you on the flip side.